Sarkis Love here. I want to do a video about negative pleasure. So I think this is really important. Negative pleasure is a concept that I learned while I was at the Barbara Brennan School of Healing. And it's a teaching that comes from the Pathwork. You can Google it, but the Pathwork is a series of channeled lectures by Eva Parakis. And she channeled this wisdom maybe 50 years ago. I don't even know now. So negative pleasure is the idea that some of our life force gets split into two channels, a positive current and a negative current. So if you take everything that we are, right, and that everything takes lots of different forms. And so in an energetic form, the way that I experience myself is, we could call that the life force. It's what I am. If at some point in my life, usually early in life, there's an experience that is traumatic or overwhelming, the life force tends to split, and it splits into a positive current and a negative current. The positive current is all the parts of the experience that are okay, that the system says, like, this part is okay to experience. The part that is too much, or was too painful, or just that at that point in time the organism wasn't equipped enough to digest the experience or integrate it or assimilate it, then that part gets split off, right? Because the experience is too much, the organism gets overwhelmed. And those parts get kind of pushed down into the unconscious, and they become bad or wrong or forbidden or negative. You know, all the things that, like, don't experience that again because it's too painful. But those parts that get pushed away and pushed under into the unconscious, that's still part of my life force. Okay, so now I want to define pleasure. Pleasure is basically the experience of our life force. When energy moves, when I experience my life force moving and expressing, that's what we call pleasure. That's what I'm calling pleasure. So anytime that I experience my life force, that's pleasurable. If I'm happy, if I'm joyful, if I'm being creative, anytime my life force moves, there's pleasure. But because parts of my life force are stuck in, let's say, negativity or split off, and because I'm a creature that longs for wholeness, I'm always moving towards integrating the dissociated parts, then there's an unconscious drive towards negativity, because my soul, you could say, is seeking to integrate those dissociated parts, to reclaim those parts of the life force. So take addiction, for example. Addiction is, on one level, an attempt to reclaim life force. It's like we get addicted to things because we keep doing this behavior that is painful and bad and wrong, right? But really, we keep doing the behavior because there's some pleasure in it. Or even like, let's say, kicking the dog, right? Why does it feel good to kick the dog, right? I mean, logically it's like, it shouldn't, but it doesn't feel good to kick a dog. It feels good when the rage that's been suppressed, or anger that's been suppressed, or judgment that's been suppressed, because all those things are bad, let's say, when I connect with those things, then there's this moment where my life force gets to move, right? So it's not that the act of kicking the dog is something that I experience pleasure in. It's that I experience pleasure in my life force moving. And for me, not for me specifically, but in this example, like kicking the dog is releasing life force. So that's what negative pleasure is. Negative pleasure is connecting with the pleasure of my life force moving in a part of me that's been dissociated or pushed away into the unconscious, judged as bad or wrong or whatever. So anywhere there's pain in your life, anywhere that you keep finding that you keep experiencing the same negative experience over and over and over again, it can be very useful, in fact, extremely transformative, if you can find what the pleasure is in there, like what part of your life force gets to move when you are connecting with that particular experience, right? If you keep experiencing the same kind of pain in relationship or a job, or you're unable to create community or something like that, find out where's the pleasure, where's the benefit in the behaviors that you keep repeating. It's tricky, it's really tricky. If you want help, you can contact me or make a comment on this video and I'll respond. Okay, thank you very much, and if you want any clarifications, just hit me up with an email or something like that, or go to my website, www.sarkislove.com. You can find more about me there. Thank you. Take care.